Hello, my name is Michelle Worthington and I am author of the Sass and Traz series. Today we are reading from Book 1, Sass and Traz Save the Library, and we are up to Chapter 7. Well, it worked, smirked Sass. Bolting back up the stairs, she bowled over Miss Burns as she burst from the storeroom, sending her spiralling. A strong arm dressed in chainmail caught her right before she hit the ground. "Fair maiden, fear not. I am here to save you." "Oh, my," Miss Burns gasped. Her face was flushed a peculiar pink, and she gripped tightly to the stranger's muscly bicep long after she was back on her feet. From between the rows of books strode a short but broad-shouldered man wearing a heavy red cloak and what seemed to be an even heavier crown that kept slipping down over his ears. The knights towered behind him, waiting for him to step before they followed, like an awkward shadow caught in dappling light. "Greetings, no need to bow and curtsy, please," said the king, waving his left hand around in circles in the air while pushing up his crown with the other. Sass and Traz looked at each other. They hadn't even moved. Their twin telepathy asked the same question. "Is this the great King Arthur?" Miss Burns was much more accommodating. "Your Majesty," she said, performing a perfect curtsy, complete with the wave of an invisible fan. "Please allow me to introduce my friends. Then perhaps you could introduce me to yours." Her eyelids flickered up and down at the knight who saved her. Stepping forward, the twins decided to take matters into their own hands. "I'm Alcatraz. This is my sister Sassafras. We summoned you because we need your help." The knight who saved Miss Burns stepped forward and fell to one knee before her. "I, Sir Lancelot, hereby place on record my deep sense of obligation to you for the very great and tangible help thou dost require." "Dramatic, isn't he?" muttered King Arthur in Sass's ear. "Yes, thank you, Lancelot, very nice. What help is required?" Sass bobbed in a half-hearted attempt at a curtsy, but changed her mind at the last minute to a bow and ended up looking like a fish dangling from a hook. "Forget it," she said. "Look, someone is trying to shut down the library, and we need to help save it. This is our librarian, Miss Burns." "Your love of knowledge is only outshone by the loveliness of your smile, and that you render so much assistance to this humble institution," gushed Lancelot. "Seriously, knock it down a peg. Must you woo every lady you meet?" said King Arthur, motioning to Lancelot to get back into position with the other knights. "There can be no nobler cause than to safeguard the written knowledge of men. Where is the dragon that threatens you?" "There's no dragon, just a mare," said Sass. "No dragon," moaned the knights, kicking the floor with their metal boots and throwing their swords to the ground. "I have never met a bigger bunch of babies," said King Arthur, turning to face them with his hands on his hips. "Whenever a quest isn't what you expect, you act like sooky lalas. Pull yourself together, men." Squaring his shoulders, King Arthur turned slowly towards the twins. "What is a mare, and how does one defeat them?" "Jousting, hand-to-hand combat, trial by fire." No," said Miss Burns. "Nothing that could make me lose my job. Perhaps you have a suggestion about the best way to undertake such a quest ourselves?" King Arthur shook his head. "If only Guinevere was here. She's the one who comes up with the best battle plans." He cast a sideways look at Lancelot. But then again, perhaps better not. Finally, fed up with the slipping crown, he yanked it from his head and placed it on a bookshelf. "How about a story?" suggested Miss Burns.